Welcome to the Competition-Focused Force Program. This video introduces Keystone ACE, our tabletop exercise that trains expeditionary-based staff-level decision-making for contested distributed operations. You'll practice how to resource and sustain dispersed forces, manage contested logistics, and make staff-level trade-offs under pressure. Start focused. This is applied training, not a game. Keystone ACE is a mission-driven tabletop that simulates agile combat employment. Teams role-play as an expeditionary air staff, standing up a main operating base and forward operating sites, then plan, resource, and protect those nodes against escalating red events. You are operating as an Air Task Force expeditionary staff, a command element paired with a combat airbase squadron and mission generation forces. In the field, you will task, resource, and sequence forces so a coherent unit of action can open and operate an expeditionary airbase under contested conditions. This shift toward ATF deployable combat wing constructs is how the Air Force expects to present, train, and deploy Agile teams in future contested operations. You will train to make fast, mission-level trade-offs under fire. You'll stand up an XAB, move forces, secure supply lines, and deliver critical effects while enemy actions try to stop you. You are the Air Task Force staff. Every role matters and every decision impacts mission success. A1, Manpower and Services. You establish bed down, flow forces to the main operating base and forward operating sites, and manage supply lane assignments. Own movement sequencing and the human side of sustainment. A2, Intelligence. You provide situational awareness and brief the staff on likely red events. Forecast risk, recommend when to spend SA, and cue defensive posture changes before the fight accelerates. A3, Operations. You track base health and sortie generation. Sequence missions. Prioritize which nodes must remain online to preserve mission effects and advise risk to meet the commander's intent. A4, Logistics. You run supply checks, clear in op effects, and force fit sustainment under strain. You are the fix-it cell. Restore capability where it matters most. A5, Plans Resources. You control total resources and activation. Make the hard choices on buying lift, defense, or reserve TR. Your allocation decisions determine tempo and survivability. A6, Communications. You maintain command and control comm channels, manage off-grid risk, and keep the network resilient under attack. If comms fail, your staff loses coordinated options. Brief your intent before every action, record the decision rationale using player aids, and treat each allocation like an order. Equipment and personnel are your levers in Keystone ACE. Spend total resources, TR, intentionally. TR is the game currency used to buy units, open supply lanes, and activate forces. Equipment are force multipliers, C2, AWACS, and Recon by situational awareness so you can see and blunt red events. Air defense and fighters harden nodes against air attack. EW cyber and counter UAS mitigate specific threat types. Logistics gear prevents node collapse. Transports deliver mobility and payloads. Personnel convert capability into effect. Intel and C2 specialists raise SA and options. Pilots enable aircraft, Red Horse, and security forces boost base health and lower upkeep, and services protect supply status so sustainment holds. Match buys to the mission and observe threats. Buy SA to deny surprise, buy transport and pilots when the MTO demands movement, buy AD when air attacks dominate, and buy logistics or services to hold ground. Always keep a TR reserve for upkeep and emergencies. See the threat, fix sustainment, move effects, spend smart, document intent, and win. You're deploying into a contested, distributed battle space. Expect the tyranny of distance. Logistics, lift, and communications will be at a premium. You have one main operating base and up to 4 forward operating sites to establish and hold. Each FOS extends reach, but multiplies sustainment cost and risk. Treat the map as real estate and lines of effort. Choose which nodes you must protect to generate air power and which nodes you can accept risk on. Long supply lines cost TR and attract enemy action. Short, defended lines preserve tempo. Use transport assets to project effects, services, and logistics gear to stabilize nodes, and C2/Recon to reduce surprise. Your job is to balance dispersion for resilience with concentration for sustainment. Spread forces enough to generate effects, but not so thin that a single red event collapses your posture. Plan routes, prioritize which FOS must remain mission capable for the MTO, and brief intent before you move. The operating environment will force trade-offs. Make them informed and decisive. Keystone ACE runs as a series of operational cycles, 6 linked phases that force staff-level decisions every turn. Phase 1, deployment and logistics check. This is your movement and sustainment window. A1 moves forces in the supply line. A4 then tests supply status. Unattended supplied nodes can flip and create ion-op equipment. Pre-position now. Unattended nodes bleed capability later. Phase 2, resource allocation. A5 issues the economy. Your 200 TR buys units, opens supply lanes, and activates units. Activate aircraft only when you have pilots and slots. Landed units can't move again this turn. Spend deliberately. Reserve TR prevents collapse. Phase 3, red events, starts after turn 1. Enemy effects trigger and accelerate as the game progresses. A2 can spend situational awareness to inspect upcoming events. A3 adjudicates effects and marks comm impacts. Expect surprises. Intelligence and pre-positioning blunt the worst hits. Phase 4, intelligence gathering. A2 may spend situational awareness to inspect upcoming red events. SA is a consumable. It does not carry over, and higher spend reduces the die roll needed to reveal events. Use it to turn surprise into predictability. Phase 5, second resource allocation. You get the same allocation options as Phase 2, but no new 200 TR. Use remaining TR to activate, move, or shore up nodes. Don't burn your reserves here. Upkeep and emergency fixes come next. Phase 6, maintenance. Land any airborne aircraft. If no legal slots, you must sacrifice them. Pay FOS upkeep at 20 TR per FOS. Remove all activated tokens and check elimination conditions. If the MOB is destroyed, 2 FOSs are lost, or you're deeply negative in TR, the mission ends. Log every decision. We'll practice this sequence in exercise play. Mission type orders are the engine of Keystone ACE. An MTO is the commander's intent, a short time-box directive that tells you what must be achieved where and by when. From turn 0, it drives every staff choice, who you move, what you buy, what you protect, and when you accept risk. You win this competition by meeting the MTO's intent within the allotted turns while keeping the MOB and required FOS operational. An MTO isn't a story, it's a planning tool. Read it by sections and use each part to shape decisions. Situation gives the operational context and enemy picture. Use this to form threat assumptions and decide which threat vectors demand early buys. Mission, the bottom line up front. Who, what, where, when, and why. This is your North Star. Restate it aloud and write it where the whole staff can see. Execution contains the intent and concept of operations. Intent tells you the critical end state. ConOps outlines recommended sequencing. Treat intent as the organizing principle for every allocation and movement. Administration logistics explains how supplies flow and what transport modalities are expected. Use it to plan lanes, services placement, and logistics buys. Sustainment wins fights. Command and control defines the command post, comms channels, and delegated authorities. Assign who watches the clock and who has authority to execute timed moves. Failing the MTO or losing the MOB, losing 2 FOSs, or collapsing into negative TR is mission failure. Treat the MTO as your North Star. State the intent aloud. Assign who watches the clock, justify every allocation by how it advances the MTO, and brief your intent before you act. Win the intent, you win the game. Lock this in. Communicate with purpose, operate with speed, and dominate through disciplined decision-making. This exercise isn't about luck, it's about command craft. State the commander's intent. Apply your ACE staff roles. Buy the capabilities that solve the mission problems, and protect the nodes that let you generate effects. Spend situational awareness to remove surprise, keep a TR cushion for the shocks you'll face, and use transport and services to turn plans into action. Be bold but deliberate. Accept risk where it's calculated, refuse risk where it's reckless. Record your intent, then own the outcome, good or bad. Train like you'll deploy tomorrow. Move with speed, fight to keep the XAB standing, and win by accomplishing the intent. Let's get after it.